Well, hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of WhimsyCraft. My name is ArcaneAlice, and this is going to be an amazing episode. We are really working on the base this episode. We're getting stuff done. Look at all these roads that we got put in. I've done all this kind of behind the scenes, trying to prep for this video. And well, let's just go ahead and jump in and show you everything that we got going on and what we're about to do. So I've been working on these paths in between the videos, just kind of getting everything set up so that we can have little areas that we need to build in and kind of just section everything out. So today where we want to work is kind of over in this section right here. A lot of this over here is going to be garden. I'm going to either do that in another video or kind of behind the scenes. And then we still got to texture the road a little bit because this is just kind of really plain. But it gives us an overall idea of where everything needs to be laid out. So right here in front of our portal tree, this is where we're going to be working today first because we need to get something set up right here immediately. Apparently, there's been a need for leather and a leather shop in the shopping district. And you know what? Why not one more shop? It's something passive, and as we walk by, we can just collect as we're going. I mean, it's a win-win, right? So today we're going to start right here and put us a little building just for a little cow farm. And then that way, maybe we can make some more diamonds in the shop. Now, in the last video, we also said that we wanted to take care of this pond area right here. So we're going to be clearing all of this out here today. And we're going to make this area look a little bit more like an actual pond than just a hole that had some ice in it at one time. And well, it needs water, right? Now the other thing we need to work on today is tucked in way back here behind the little bee sanctuary. Look at them little guys buzzing around back there. Now what I'd like to do back here is kind of extend the tree root over and kind of create like a little hole that's kind of going in through the tree root. And then what we'll do is we'll come down here. We've got to decorate all this cave. And this is the area right here where we're collecting all of our honey. If you remember, last time I showed we came in from that side there. But I kind of like coming in from this way, kind of into the cave. And I think it'll look real good just crawling into the root right there, kind of into a little hill. It's like a little hobbit hole. But the very first thing we need to do, well, we got to get this building going because we need them diamonds from the shopping district. So let's get started. Alright, and there we go. McPatty's is ready to go. I hope this thing makes us some money, because we really need some money. I'm running out of diamonds. Like, really though, we really need diamonds. I have spent so many just trying to get everything for that tree up there. So maybe McPatty's is our way to make some McDiamonds. So we've done some landscaping out front, and I've added this tree up here as well, and it gives that nice particle effect in the area. And then if you come this way over to the portal, I mean, it just works, right? You got this little overhang right here and you can just kind of go right under it. I really like it. I think it really kind of frames the portal really nicely as you're coming up. That looks good. I like that. So down here we have McPatty's, and basically it's just a cow cooker. You know, that's all it is. When the cows grow up, you come over here and we'll hit the button, and yeah, that happens. And then, you know, we get plenty of steak and we get plenty of leather. Now this is definitely not the fastest way. I mean, I could make a much larger farm, but I have enough farms as it is, and I think this works for the area, and as long as it's right here on our path, we're definitely going to be hitting this button a lot and just, you know, keeping it going. Sometimes you don't even really need that large of a farm to get what you need done. Sometimes that's all you need right there. Now, I did add this little path to the back here. And it's just kind of like it's a little bit different than the rest of the path. And again, we've got to texture all this, so this won't look like this forever. This just gives us our outline, so that way we know where we're going. Now back here on this little path, it leads right around to the back of the building. It looks like we've got... What's going on, man? These guys are everywhere, I'm telling you. So we've got a little entrance to the back. It just takes a little bit of parkour. Parkour.
Parkour!
And once you're in here, you can just grab your wheat. You hit the little button. You make them bob. You feed them. And, you know, it's rinse and repeat. And once they're all fed up, you just click the button again. And all the adult cows will stay up. And the baby cows fall down. And then we just wait for them to grow. Oh look, some more have grown. You know, I just realized this thing almost gives off a heartbeat when it cooks them. And as you can see, we're getting plenty. I mean, this I don't know what I'm gonna do with all this steak. I don't think anybody on this server eats steak. I guess I could maybe give it away for free, or maybe we'll put it at the mayor's office. Free steak. Now overall, I think it really fits in with the area, especially with this guy roaming around. It really brings some life to the area. Now the next project we need to take care of is the pond right here behind us. This doesn't look much like a pond, and I want to reshape everything. I want to kind of bring it in. I want to get a little bit more area, possibly over here, to use. So we'll kind of flatten this out, and then we'll come over here and we'll reshape this kind of back piece here, and we'll kind of make this look like the water is flowing into the pond. Well, I guess the first thing we need to do is take down this old border and maybe try to figure out how we want to lay everything out. Okay, well we got the pond done and it's looking pretty good, but the area around it is pretty not looking good. We need to work on this and try to blend this in a little bit and make this look like the pond is kind of tucked away in a forest, which would not be that difficult. But here's the thing, I've only got a few blocks here, right? Like this, there has to be a transition. When you come into here, right? When you're coming from Hobbit HQ, I don't want you to necessarily see that pond 100%. Maybe a little bit, but we want it to be hidden. You know, we want you to follow the path around to get to the pond, not be able to experience everything when you first come in, which is what we're having a lot of right now. Like, it's when you come in here, you see literally everything. But once we get all these little areas kind of fixed up and some more things put in place, well, you'll definitely have to walk through here to see everything. I don't know if that makes sense, but it will in time. So let's look over here. We've got a ton of coral put in here. I have some fish in the bucket over there, but I'm waiting to put them in. We got a bunch of tropical fish. I want to do something over here and on the outlet over there as well, so the fish just can't swim out eventually. I'm going to put a little barrier or something, maybe some metal bars. Metal bars might look actually pretty good right there. And it looks like the sun is setting, which is actually another good thing because I need to see if we've got enough sea pickles everywhere. I want this to be lit up, but I don't want it to be like daylight, right? It looks like we are. This is looking pretty good. I want it to be pretty dim through here. And then the closer you get to the base, it should get brighter. And yes, that's exactly what it's doing. I think I need some sea pickles, a few more up here. I don't want to put any on the rock though. That's the trick. Hello. Goodbye. Nope. Goodbye. You can hang out in there. Let me, you know what? I don't know. I think it's okay. I think once I get some light up there, I think it'll be just fine. Let's go ahead and sleep now that we know what our lighting situation is. And that way we won't get attacked in the middle of the night. So not only have we been working on the pond non-stop, I mean, this has been hours. Almost, actually, you know what? That whole pond right there, going to get the ice and then going to get the fish and the coral. That was probably like a day. That was about a day. But we've also been harvesting for our farm over here, and right now I've got some cows floating because I'm trying to get a few more adults up there. We're getting some leather, but we're not getting nowhere near what I want. I need more cows. The worst case scenario is I can breed some more out here and just dump them in the top. I should have probably put a little trap door up there in the ceiling. We might modify that just so I can drop more in as needed. But yeah, so we're going to continue to work over here. We've got a lot more to do. By the end of the video, this is not going to look like the same area. I promise you that. Now, I have been doing some editing in between, and it seems like we're kind of running a little long. These guys again. Look at these guys up here. They're always, I mean, every time I turn around, I'm killing these guys. I've got so many of their heads everywhere. I wonder if we can get them from here. We can get you. Quit moving. He's heading towards my crops. They always do that. Well, I'm way off. Not good with a bow. There we go. That's one way to take care of that. A little bit of long shot. That was a lot of shots. I'm pretty bad at long range. But you know what? We'll keep practicing. These guys give us a lot of practice. Did they drop anything good? Usually they don't. I'll take the experience. I don't need more of these. We'll hide it right there. I don't need that. That'll despawn. Now we need to get back down here to this. Now what I'd like to do is I want to put a bunch of trees in, right? Like we were discussing earlier. A bunch of trees are going to go in right here, and shrubbery. Maybe a little flower bed right there. I'm not sure. On this little island right here, I definitely want some trees. I want to do something scenic, and I'm not exactly sure what I want to do with it yet. But I do want some kind of little scenery kind of thing, or something kind of in the wilderness. And then that little island right there, well, it's all forest. That thing is pretty much all forest. And then we'll continue the trees along back here as well. I need to get rid of those couple jungle trees right there, because these are just a little too close to the base, and I would much rather the jungle start a little bit more out there. Now, as you saw in the video, we got rid of all the birch trees because, well, there is not going to be any birch over here. Which also means eventually we have to get rid of all those birch trees as well. Not looking forward to that. But I'm going to go ahead and jump into this and try to get this looking, well, finished. Alright, and finished is what we've got. Let's go ahead and take a look at everything. I got a little carried away with the flowers and the bushes and the details. So here's the entrance, and as I was talking about, we only have a few blocks in between us and that pond over there, but you definitely cannot see it from here. Now, I've done a lot of flower work and a lot of bushes, a lot of lighting. Right here in this area, I still have not finished this. This is going to be a flower bed, but the only reason I haven't done it is because, well, I want to match it on this side over here. But that's another one of them things that I'll kind of get done in between the videos, and it'll look a lot better on the next video. Now there's going to be a lot of that on this build because there's a lot of stuff that I have to fill in between videos just to kind of get this whole look, because there's a lot of details in this whole build. Now as you walk through the area, you definitely never really see the pond that much. And now of course it's raining, but that's okay. We'll finish looking at the build in the rain. We'll enjoy a nice little spring rain, right? Now just like I did with this build over here, I tried to carry the flowers in over here as well and built a nice little flower bed with a heart in the middle. I almost did this all in red roses, so when you flew over it, it just looked like a giant red heart. But you know, I kind of wanted to keep a lot of different variety within the garden. So yeah, we went with that kind of theme right there. I think it looks good. I like it, especially with these little petals, how they kind of carry themselves and create these little paths everywhere. I really like little details like that. Now, as we head on into the pond, I've created this little path, and as you can see, there's a transition if I step up here. So as you can see, the path kind of carries on as a nice clean path, and then the closer it gets to the pond, it's a little more beat up, and then you enter into this path here, which leads you to the pond. Now I'm very proud of this little area, but there's still a lot of details that we need to add. But one of my favorite things to do is I like to come over here, and there's a specific block, this one moss block right here, and if you stand here and you put your cursor right there on Mage's Tower, And if I hit my shaders and then turn us back around, this is the view that I was looking for, minus the rain and the clouds. And there's a lot of details in this pond area, and there's really just too many to see by going through here just one time. But one of my most favorite details that I've added over here is the scan. So we have Scan over here, and he's doing a little bit of fishing, and he's eating an apple, and I have to turn my shaders off because my PC sounds like it's about to go to the moon. But I thought this was a cute little addition over here, just Scan kind of fishing and just enjoying the day. Now I do want to get some of the other whimsies over here, and one of the things we talked about in the video was I wanted to do some sort of scenery right here on this island. It's kind of why I've left this little open area. Now, the entire time that I was building this, I was trying to think about what I wanted to do over here, and well, just looking over here kind of gave me the idea. See that mushroom back there? That's our inspiration. Let me sleep real quick and try to get rid of this rain, and then that way we can work in some safety. Now, this area over here, I was looking at it, and originally I was like, I don't know what I want to do over here, but then I actually saw that mushroom. And that mushroom gave me the inspiration. So right here, what I would like to do really quickly before the end of this video, because it is running very long, is I would like to build a little mushroom house right here. I think this would be the perfect area for it. It's the right size, and we really don't have anywhere for our friends to stay when they come over. So how about a magical stay in a mushroom house right here next to a really pretty pond, you know? I mean, what could be more whimsical than that? But to do this one really quick like we need to, well, it's gonna take a little bit of magic. A little bit of whimsy magic. So if we do a little twirl, and there we have it. We have one mushroom house ready to go. Now we'll start right back here from where the path actually begins instead of right in front of the house. And as a matter of fact, we'll actually look over here and kind of take a look at it. So from this angle here, it kind of blends right into the area. I've added some of these smaller mushrooms here using the end rods and little mushroom blocks, and I think they look really nice. Kind of just dotted around only in that area because, you know, that's the mushroom area. And I kind of wanted this one to be a little bit more of a flowery path, using a lot of the petals instead of actual blocks, kind of like we did over there. So this kind of leads you right into this little magical area here, right past Scan Fishing, over this little bridge, and then you end up at the mushroom house. And I really like this. I think it looks really good. I've done a little bit of landscaping on the outside as well, adding some more of these little mushrooms here and there. Now eventually I might add an armor stand or two here and just add a little bit more detail, but overall I really like it. I think it kind of blends in really well with the area. Let's take a look on the inside real quick. I have decorated the inside as well. So in here we have a few bookcases. We have a table right here so you can sit and look out the window and enjoy that nice view that we have. And this is a 2-person mushroom, so if 2 people want to stay here, we do have bunk beds installed with a ladder so you can reach the top bunk. Again, some more reading material and a nice cozy area for a fire if you want to start it. You know what? We should go ahead and just put a fire in there, right? Pop that in there, and yeah, I think that looks good. I don't like the fact that the smoke comes through that block right there. Okay, well, I think that looks a lot better than what it did, and at least the smoke's not going everywhere. But that is actually going to bring us to the end of the video because, well, unfortunately we have run out of time. Now, as always, I can't wait to see you in the next episode, and check in the description below because we do have the links for our Discord and all of my other social medias. And as always, a comment down below on this video is really appreciated. Now we're going to sign out on this video with some cinematics of this area that we've worked so hard on and actually completed in this episode. Can you believe it? So until the next one, everyone, bye!